As if gamma accidents, radioactive bug bites, and assorted mutants weren't enough.
Could you imagine how different Hollywood would be today if they were allowed to use that scene? Let's talk about it. And as always, before we get into this, if you guys would like more content, you can always check out some of the stuff we offer on the membership page, which some of it's all around here. Now, what could have that scene offered to the MCU that we don't have right now? Well, if you look at it and listen to it, you understand the implications of that deleted scene. Here's Nick Fury. He confronts Iron Man to talk to him about the Avengers initiative, and he just so happens to name drop a few big Marvel heavy hitters, like Spider-Man and the mutants. Now, we need a little history to establish why this scene exists and why it was cut. Kevin Feige originally wanted everything to be connected from the get-go. When he started working with Sony and Fox with the original Spider-Man and X-Men 1, he was behind the scenes, and he even tried to arrange it to have Hugh Jackman appear in Spider-Man 2, to have Spider-Man appear in some of the Fox films, to bring Thomas Jane's Punisher into the fold with both of them, Ghost Rider, same thing, but none of the studios wanted to work together. The whole reason the MCU exists right now is because everybody turned him away, and he decided to self-fund this giant project that a lot of people didn't believe would ever work, which he promised would end with a big bang, called the Avengers. Now, you look back at history and it clearly worked, but not a lot of people trusted it. Originally, when they shot this scene, he was actually still trying to work things out behind the scenes with some of the people at other studios. With Sony in particular for Spider-Man, because he had such a close connection working with them, but also with Fox. Unfortunately, this was the Rothman era, so nothing was allowed. Thus, this scene was shot, but ultimately they couldn't make it a part of the final version because it would have infringed on a lot of copyrights that they didn't own. And the studios, again, couldn't agree on it, so history has went the way it has. And it's one of these ultimate what-if scenarios, and honestly, I love that they released this because it tells you how forward-thinking Kevin Feige was, and how backwards thinking and the mentality that Fox had, and Sony at the same time, that they never saw how big these franchises could be. Like, just so you guys understand, he wanted to bring the X-Men that were just wrapping up X-Men 3 into the MCU. He was out there talking with Amy Pascal and Avi Arad to try to get Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, over into the MCU. But the studios at hand and the powers that be willed it not to exist. So it's one of these ultimate what-if scenarios, and hopefully one day we'll learn a little bit more about it and some more details on what maybe the ultimate plan was. And if we do, we'll come back with a crisis week. No, we